Hey there, welcome to Authentically Raw. I'm your host, Jamie Berris. Name this song an artist. I want you to want me. I need you to need me. I'd love you to love me. I'm begging you to beg me. Anyone? It's I Want You to Want Me by Cheap Trick. I love Cheap Trick. I love this song, and I was lucky enough to have the privilege of seeing them perform live for a small, intimate group of about 100, and they were amazing. For a bunch of old guys, they rocked the house. But as much as I love this song, probably because it brings me back to childhood, if you really listen to the words, it's extremely damaging because it's so needy and it's extremely codependent on others to feel wanted, needed, loved. So I recently had a conversation with someone. She was pretty upset and hurt that someone she cared about never called her. And honestly, I feel like this is a conversation I've had multiple times throughout my life. Probably you as well. I feel like I have been on the other side of this conversation too. I've been the one with the issue of needing to be wanted, needed, and loved. And I've wanted them to call me and reach out to me. At the time, I never really understood that this is codependency, and that is when we are being dependent on others to feel valuable and worthy of love. So anyway, I asked her, do you want to talk to this person, or do you want this person to call you? So she looked a little bit confused and had that blank look on her face and asked what I meant. Isn't that the same thing, she said. And I said, well, not really. It's not the same thing at all, because if you want to talk to the person, you will just pick up the phone and call them, right? You just want to speak with them. But if you want that person to call you, you're seeking something else. So I asked her, what are you seeking? She responded instantly. She said that she wanted them to want to talk to her. I want them to pay more attention to me. I want them to reach out because I want to feel loved by this person. And right now I'm doing all of the work, making all of the effort, and they aren't giving anything in return. And I just don't feel like I'm wanted at all. So remember the quote, if you love something or someone, set it free. If it comes back to you, it's yours. If not, it was never meant to be. We can't force people into a relationship with us. We can't force people to talk to us. We can't beg for people's attention. We can't control other people's hearts, their feelings, and their actions. So just as you want to be free to decide who you hang out with, so do other people. Do you really want someone calling you because they feel forced and obligated, or because they really want to? All we can control is ourselves and what's inside of us. We can't control the outside world and the people in it. We can't force people to want to be around us, to do things with us, to talk to us. We can't force someone to love or even like us. And it's quite self-destructive to beg other people to give us what we can really only give ourselves. And that is self-love and acceptance. When we develop a healthy self-love and a strong relationship with ourselves, we don't feel the need to beg for the acceptance and love from other people because we're already full of love and we accept ourselves. Everyone in this world isn't for us, and that's okay. And everyone else in this world isn't going to like you either, and that's okay. There's something like 8 billion people on this planet. So whether it's your BFF from 25 years ago that is now distant, or there's someone that you wish you were more intimate with, or possibly it's a blood relative, someone you work with, or a friend, we can't control other people. We can only control ourselves. And part of that is setting people free. Because once you do, you set yourself free from so much suffering. You set yourself free from being dependent on other people to feel like you're enough. And you gain so much respect and love for yourself. It's really freeing. and it's the path to joy and inner peace. If it's on your heart to reach out to someone because you're thinking about them, do it. And do it for you without any expectations of what they should give you in return. Because when we reach out with a pre-planned response that we think they need to give us to make us feel wanted, we are actually reaching out with strings attached. We're keeping score. We have an ulterior motive. If it feels right for you to call someone, go with it. But remember, how they respond, or even if they don't respond, is outside of your control. If you're always sent to voicemail and you feel like leaving a message, do it. If they don't respond to your text, but you feel like sending one anyway, do it. But keep in mind, you're doing it with a pure motive, and that is just to talk, to say hi, or whatever it is. The only thing we can control is what is inside of us, not how someone responds to us. I'll mention the importance of developing a strong and loving relationship with yourself over and over on this podcast. Because once you develop self-love and you fully accept yourself, many issues like this will fall away. They truly become non-issues because you're surrounded by people who really want to talk to you, who truly like you, who truly love you. So I'll end with the lyrics once again. And if you dare, I'm going to ask you to insert your name into them when you sing them. I know it's cheesy, but if you're like in my group coaching membership or you've been a one-on-one client or anything, you know I talk about this, about inserting your name in when you deal with yourself. And this is how we talk back to our ego. And our ego is the one who fills our heads with all of this stuff that we need, this outside validation and this, begging and proving our worth, and it's the self-criticism. It's us going against our truth. Our ego tries to get us to go against our truth, against our true selves. And our ego is the one that fills our heads with all of this self-sabotaging junk that we need to get rid of and replace it with that self-acceptance. So it sounds something like this. Jamie, I want you to want me. I need you to need me. I'd love you to love me. I'm begging you to beg me. Sing the lyrics to yourself and give yourself some lovin'. As always, I'm rooting for you. Be real, be raw, be authentic. Thank you so much for being here as we kick off this podcast together. I really appreciate you joining me on this journey because I'm well aware you could be doing or listening to anything right now. Hey, if you enjoy the Authentically Raw content, please support the show by following, rating, and reviewing on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. You can also follow me on social media for daily inspiration. Head over to my website, jamieberris.com, to sign up for weekly transformation tips. Or if you're interested in coaching, I currently have 3 openings for one-on-one coaching. If you're looking for an empowering community, we'd love for you to join us in the Transformation Tribe, our group coaching membership. More info available on my website under the Life Coaching and Membership tabs. One last thing, I'm rooting for you. Be real, be raw, be authentic.